you know, which you contain and I contain, and which your kid contains, and which has got to carry, which one has to hand down the line for the sake of your kid and for the sake of future generations, and even for the sake of white people who have not the remotest idea what this means. Because we have the edge over the people who think of themselves as white, and that we have never been deluded into knowing, into believing what they believe. And that sounds like a contradiction.
Yeah.
You know, but in fact, you watch man you work for. You have to watch him. You don't know you're watching him.
You're watching him.
But you're watching him. But he's not watching you. Watch him. You don't know you're watching him. Reasons that the Americans are in such trouble now is because the game is running. It was running up until only yesterday, really.
Would you believe today?
You know, and all of a sudden, through the American astonishment, the Americans have suddenly discovered that people in the world don't like them.
Yeah.
Now, I always knew that, because I didn't like them. You know, I loved some.
They're not likable. Well, there's two people that are unlikable.
But they ain't likable.
And there's two people in the world that's not likable, a master and a slave.
Exactly.
You see?
Exactly. You know, we will never get precise categories for that very loaded statement. You know, but that is where the truth is.
Yeah. How did you like them? So the question, I mean, for me, the question has always been power.
Yes.
And for, like you all, the question has been morals. You know, I never wanted to be the most moral person in the world.
I agree, I know.
I would sell my soul, you know what I mean? What does it profit a man to gain the world and lose his soul? The world. You know what I mean? The world, that's what it profits.
I know.
So you take the soul, you know, the people sing that spiritual, take the world but give me Jesus.
Yes,
Y'all can have Jesus,
yes.
give me the world. You know, even though it's losing 25% of its energy every 100 years, it's something ridiculous.
Oh, please, don't believe don't believe everything you hear.
No, but I'm saying that's not my concern, you know?
I know.
Even though it's polluted, ugly, dirty, give it to me.
Speaking,
or let me, or I will take it or not.
But speaking, I agree with you. I agree with you. But speaking for myself, but also speaking as representative of my generation. But it's probably safer to speak only for myself, really. You know, I know that in my own case, what I felt and still feel, perhaps in a different way, but what I felt very strongly in the years, for example, when we all were marching down those dusty highways with Martin. Look, I left the church when I was 17 years old, you know, and I've not really been to a church since, except, you know, when I had to go for various fundraising rallies or this or that. And I was not exactly the kind of Christian that Martin was, if I could be described as Christian at all.
It's hard to be the kind of Christian he was.
But I liked him. I loved him, in fact. And I knew that something was happening through him. And my concern was, yes, the world. But I'd seen what white people had done to the world. And I'd seen what white people had done to their children. You know, because in gaining the world, they had lost something.
A lot.
You know, they'd lost the ability to love their own children.
Or the ability to love themselves.
Which is the same thing, you know. And I didn't want that to happen, if I may say so, to you. It was not a matter of morals so much as a matter of being forced, in my own case, to keep suggesting that though it was indeed, you know, a matter of power without, the word morals is misleading. Power without some sense of oneself is simply another kind of sterility. And that black people would then become exactly what white people have become. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a danger.
You know, I also accept this, that danger is not up to me to tell anybody how to run. You know, I can only speak as what I am. I'm a kind of poet. And if I'm a kind of poet, then I'm responsible, from my own point of view, to the people who produced me and the people who will come after me. You know, so that when the Holocaust comes, and it will come, you know, eventually, no matter how simple black and white terms may be today, life is not that simple. And sooner or later, if I do my work as I should do it, when I'm needed, I'll be there. You know what I mean?